Hello, and welcome to Natural Healing Hub. If you're someone who believes in the power of natural remedies, timeless wisdom, and simple daily practices to enhance your health and vitality, you're in the right place. This channel is dedicated to helping you live your best life naturally, whether you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, or beyond. And today's video is one you definitely don't want to miss. Let me start by asking you a simple question. How often do you think about your bathing routine? I'm not talking about whether you prefer showers or baths, or if you use lavender soap or unscented products. I mean, when was the last time you really thought about how the way you bathe is impacting your overall health, especially if you're over 70? It's something so basic, so ingrained in our daily lives, that most of us never question it. Bathing is just bathing. It's a routine we've followed our entire lives without much thought. You step into the shower, lather up, rinse off, and feel clean and refreshed. Simple, right? But here's the surprising truth. After age 70, your body's needs change in ways that many people aren't aware of. And if you keep following the same bathing habits you developed years ago, you could be unknowingly causing harm to your health, your skin, and your overall well-being. I know, that sounds a little dramatic. But stay with me, because what I'm about to share could make a real difference in how you feel every day. You see, your skin is your body's largest organ. It's also your first line of defense against bacteria, viruses, and environmental toxins. When you were younger, your skin was more resilient. It could handle frequent showers, hot water, and even harsh soaps without too much trouble. But as you age, your skin becomes thinner, drier, and much more delicate. The natural oils that once kept it supple and protected start to diminish. And what you used to think of as cleaning may now be stripping away those essential oils and leaving your skin vulnerable, leading to dryness, irritation, itching, and even infections. And that's just the beginning. There's also the issue of temperature sensitivity. As we get older, our ability to regulate body temperature decreases. That steamy hot shower you've always loved? It might be doing more harm than good. Hot water can dilate blood vessels, lower your blood pressure, and increase your risk of feeling dizzy or lightheaded, something that can lead to dangerous slips or falls. Especially in a wet, slippery bathroom. Then there's the question of balance and stability. Getting in and out of a bathtub, or standing for long periods in the shower, may not feel as effortless as it once did. Small things, like the height of a step, the smoothness of a tile, or the lack of a sturdy handhold, can suddenly become big concerns. And yet, many people continue their old routines without making the simple adjustments that can keep them safer and healthier. That's why today's video is so important. We're going to explore 8 surprising facts about bathing after the age of 70, things that most people have never been told. And yet they can make a huge difference in your health, your comfort, and even your independence. These aren't just random tips or old wives' tales. What I'm about to share with you is backed by research and grounded in practical, natural solutions. You'll learn why certain habits that once seemed harmless could now be quietly undermining your health, and, most importantly, what you can do instead. Small, simple changes that can protect your skin, improve your circulation, enhance your sense of balance, and keep you feeling strong and vibrant. And here's the thing. It's not about giving up the routines you love. It's about adjusting them in ways that support your body's changing needs. It's about honoring the wisdom that comes with age, and recognizing that your self-care rituals should evolve just like you have. You deserve to feel confident and comfortable in your skin at every age. So, if you've ever stepped out of the shower and noticed that your skin feels tight, itchy, or flaky, if you've ever felt a little unsteady on your feet when bathing, or if you've ever wondered whether your daily hygiene habits are really serving you as well as they could be, this video is for you. And if you're someone who cares about natural healing, graceful aging, and living life on your terms, without relying on endless prescriptions or expensive products, I invite you to subscribe to Natural Healing Hub. This is your community, a place where we believe that small, mindful choices lead to big, lasting health benefits. And if you find today's video helpful, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Just type 1 if you're ready to embrace healthy habits, or 0 if you think we missed the mark. Your feedback helps shape this space into something truly special. Now, are you ready to learn the 8 surprising truths about bathing after 70 that could help you protect your health and independence for years to come? Make sure to stay with me until the very end, because the last tip is one that hardly anyone talks about, but it could make the biggest difference of all. Let's get started. Fact 1. Bathing too often can accelerate skin aging. Let me ask you something that might surprise you. Have you ever stopped to think that bathing too often could actually be accelerating the aging of your skin? I know, it sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? After all, for most of our lives, we've been told that cleanliness is a virtue, that daily bathing is a non-negotiable part of good hygiene, and for many years, that routine served us well. But once we enter our 70s, our bodies, particularly our skin, begin to tell a different story. And if we don't listen, we might be doing more harm than good. Here's why. As we age, our skin undergoes profound changes that are easy to overlook because they happen so gradually. You might have noticed your skin feeling drier, thinner, and perhaps even more sensitive than it used to be. That's not your imagination. Studies, including those published by Harvard Health, confirm that the skin's ability to retain moisture diminishes significantly with age, especially after menopause. The sebaceous glands, which produce sebum, the natural oil that keeps skin soft and protected, slow down. And without that protective layer, our skin is left vulnerable to dryness, cracking, and even infection. Now, think about what happens every time you step into a hot shower. Lather up with soap and scrub yourself clean. You're not just washing away dirt and sweat, you're stripping away those precious, limited natural oils your body is struggling to produce in the first place. It's a bit like taking an antique piece of wood furniture and scrubbing it every day with harsh chemicals. Over time, you'd wear it down, dry it out, and leave it looking weathered and brittle. Your skin is no different. That's why I often tell our Natural Healing Hub community this. It's time to reframe the way we think about bathing. Less can truly be more. According to guidance from the Mayo Clinic, older adults typically only need to bathe 2 or 3 times a week to maintain good hygiene. And honestly, that's often plenty. On the days in between, you can do what's called a spot clean, a simple sponge bath focused on key areas such as underarms, groin, feet, and any skin folds. It's gentle, effective, and it allows your skin to maintain its delicate balance. But it's not just about how often you bathe, it's also about how you bathe. Long, hot showers might feel comforting, but they're not doing your skin any favors. Instead, opt for lukewarm water. Keep your showers short, around 5 to 10 minutes. And when it comes to soap, choose mild, fragrance-free cleansers that are specially formulated for sensitive or aging skin. Harsh soaps can strip away even more of your skin's natural oils, leaving it tight, itchy, and prone to damage. Personally, I made these changes myself a few years back, and I can tell you the difference has been remarkable. My skin feels softer, less irritated, and I no longer experience that uncomfortable tightness after bathing. I also noticed fewer flare-ups of dry patches, something I struggled with before adjusting my routine. And here's a tip I love sharing. After you bathe, gently pat your skin dry with a soft towel, don't rub. And while your skin is still slightly damp, apply a nourishing moisturizer. Look for one that contains ingredients like ceramides, hyaluronic acid, or natural oils like jojoba or almond oil. This helps to lock in the moisture your skin so desperately needs. Remember, your bathing routine isn't just about getting clean anymore. It's about protecting your skin, preserving its health, and honoring the body that's carried you through a lifetime of experiences. Small adjustments can lead to big rewards, keeping your skin comfortable, resilient, and radiant as you continue to embrace these beautiful years of life. Fact 2. Overbathing increases your risk of infections. Now, this next point might really make you rethink your daily bathing routine. It's something we've all been taught since childhood: if you want to stay healthy, stay clean. And for much of our lives, that advice worked just fine. But here's the surprising twist: overbathing, especially as we get older, can actually increase your risk of infections. I know that sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? But the science behind it makes perfect sense once you understand what's happening beneath the surface of your skin. You see, your skin isn't just a protective shell. It's actually a living, breathing ecosystem. On the surface of your skin live trillions of microscopic organisms, bacteria, fungi, even viruses, that form what scientists call the skin microbiome. Now, before you cringe at the thought of all those tiny creatures crawling on your skin, hear me out. Many of them are actually beneficial. According to the Cleveland Clinic, these good bacteria serve as your body's first line of defense against harmful pathogens. They help keep the bad guys, the bacteria and fungi that cause infections, under control. They're like the neighborhood watch for your skin. But here's the problem: when we bathe too frequently, especially with harsh soaps or antibacterial cleansers, we disrupt this delicate balance. It's a bit like using a pesticide in your garden. Sure, you might get rid of the pests, but you'll also kill off the helpful insects that keep everything in harmony. The same thing happens to your skin. You strip away those protective oils and wash away the good bacteria, leaving your skin vulnerable, dry, cracked, and defenseless. I've seen this play out more times than I care to count. There was one case that stuck with me for years: a 72-year-old woman who came to me with a rash on her lower leg. She told me she had been scrubbing diligently every single day, using antibacterial soap because she thought it was the best way to prevent any infections. But all that scrubbing had dried out her skin so much that it cracked, and bacteria found their way in. What started as a harmless rash quickly escalated into cellulitis, a serious bacterial infection that required hospitalization and IV antibiotics. Thankfully, she recovered, but it was a hard lesson for her and an eye-opener for many others I've spoken to since. And this isn't just anecdotal. Research shows that older adults are more prone to skin barrier damage. As we age, the skin thins, and its ability to repair itself slows down. The natural oils that once kept your skin soft and resilient are no longer produced in the same quantity. Without that moisture and protective barrier, you're more susceptible to skin conditions like eczema, dermatitis, fungal infections like athlete's foot, and yes, bacterial infections like cellulitis. That's why I always advise our Natural Healing Hub community to reconsider the products they use and how often they use them. Skip the antibacterial soaps. They're rarely necessary outside of healthcare settings, and they do more harm than good on aging skin. Instead, opt for gentle, pH-balanced cleansers, the kind you'll often see labeled as soap-free or for sensitive skin. WebMD frequently recommends these products because they cleanse without stripping your skin's natural defenses. And let's not forget about water temperature. I know a hot shower can feel like pure bliss, but it's also a notorious skin depleter. Hot water strips away essential oils faster than you can say moisturizer. Lukewarm water is the safer bet. It's gentler on the skin and helps preserve its natural moisture barrier. Personally, I made the switch years ago, and I've never looked back. I noticed fewer dry patches and no longer experienced that tight, itchy feeling I used to get after a long hot shower. And my skin, well, it thanks me for it every day. So, the next time you reach for the soap, remember, your skin is alive, and it needs balance, not battle. Gentle care is not just a recommendation. It's a necessity if you want to stay healthy and infection-free in your golden years. Fact 3. Hot showers can cause dangerous drops in blood pressure. Ah, the comforting embrace of a hot shower. There's nothing quite like it. Is there? On a chilly morning, it feels like wrapping yourself in a cozy blanket made of warm water. I completely understand the appeal. In fact, I used to look forward to that soothing heat every single day. But here's the truth I had to come to terms with, and one I'm hoping you'll seriously consider today. As we get older, hot showers may no longer be our best friend. In fact, they can quietly become one of the most dangerous parts of our daily routine. Let me explain why. When you expose your body to hot water, your blood vessels naturally expand, a process called vasodilation. Under normal circumstances, this helps the body regulate temperature and can feel relaxing, even therapeutic. But after the age of 70, our cardiovascular system doesn't respond the way it used to. Blood vessels may not constrict as quickly after dilating, and that can cause a sudden drop in blood pressure, medically known as orthostatic hypotension. According to the Mayo Clinic, 1 in 4 Americans over the age of 65 experiences this phenomenon. And while it might sound like a minor inconvenience, maybe you feel a little lightheaded or dizzy, the consequences can be severe. Imagine standing in a slippery shower, suddenly feeling faint, and having no time to react. It takes just one misstep for a fall to happen, and the aftermath could include a fractured hip, head injury, or something even more serious. A study published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that falls are the leading cause of both fatal and non-fatal injuries among older adults. And sadly, many of these falls happen in the bathroom. I remember speaking with a member of our Natural Healing Hub community, Margaret, a vibrant 75-year-old who had always been active and independent. One day, after a particularly hot shower, she felt dizzy and lost her balance, hitting her shoulder on the edge of the tub. It wasn't a major injury, but it was enough to make her cautious about showering alone from then on. She told me, "I thought a hot shower was helping me relax, but it ended up scaring me more than anything." Her story is not unique, and it's a powerful reminder that a simple change in routine can make a world of difference. That's why I encourage everyone, especially those over 70, to be proactive about bathroom safety. Start by lowering the water temperature. You don't have to settle for cold showers, unless you're into that sort of thing. But aim for warm, not hot. Experts typically recommend keeping the water temperature between 98 degrees Fahrenheit and 104 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 37 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. It's warm enough to be comfortable, but not so hot that it will trigger excessive vasodilation and sudden drops in blood pressure. And don't stop there. Make your shower environment as safe as possible. Install sturdy grab bars, preferably one near the entrance and another inside the shower area. Place non-slip mats both in the tub and just outside of it. If you've ever felt even a hint of unsteadiness, consider adding a shower chair. They're more comfortable and convenient than you might think, and they provide that extra layer of safety. Personally, I made these changes in my own home a few years back after hearing too many cautionary tales from friends and clients. At first, it felt unnecessary. After all, I was still healthy and steady on my feet, but I'm glad I did. Peace of mind is priceless, and these simple adjustments make the shower a place of calm and comfort again, without the hidden risks. So the next time you reach for that hot water knob, think about dialing it back just a little. Your heart and your bones will thank you. Fact 4. Neglecting foot care can lead to serious health issues. Now, let's talk about something that often goes unnoticed but holds incredible importance: foot care. It's easy to overlook our feet, isn't it? After all, they're usually tucked away in socks, slippers, or sensible shoes, out of sight, out of mind. But as we move through our 70s and beyond, paying attention to our feet becomes far more than just cosmetic. It's a vital part of maintaining overall health and independence. You see, our feet take on an enormous workload over a lifetime. They've carried us through countless steps, from running after toddlers to exploring new places on long walks. But as we age, changes in circulation, skin integrity, and nerve sensitivity make our feet much more vulnerable. In fact, according to Healthline, up to 20% of older adults suffer from chronic foot problems. That's 1 in 5 people, which tells you how common these issues are. And yet, so many of us tend to ignore them until they become painful. Or worse, dangerous. One of the most common problems I see is dryness, especially on the heels. Left untreated, dry skin can crack, creating deep fissures that act as open doors for bacteria and fungi. I once spoke with a lovely woman named Helen from our Natural Healing Hub community, who thought her cracked heels were just a nuisance until one of them became infected. It started as a small, red spot, but within days, it worsened. She ended up needing antibiotics and wound care that lasted weeks. It was a wake-up call for her and for many others in our group. And it's not just about dry skin. Poor circulation in the lower extremities can slow down healing, making even a minor cut or blister turn into something serious, like an ulcer. Diabetic foot ulcers, for example, are a leading cause of lower limb amputations worldwide. And while not everyone has diabetes, reduced circulation and thinning skin are still common issues after 70, increasing the risk of wounds that don't heal properly. This is why a simple daily foot care routine can be transformative. Even on days when you're not showering, take a few minutes to give your feet some attention. Start by washing them gently with lukewarm water and a mild, fragrance-free cleanser. Be sure to dry them thoroughly, especially between the toes. Moisture left in these areas creates the perfect breeding ground for fungus, like athlete's foot, which can easily spread and become chronic if not treated early. After drying, apply a fragrance-free moisturizer to keep the skin soft and supple. I always recommend avoiding thick creams between the toes, though, as I mentioned earlier, we want to avoid trapping excess moisture in these warm, enclosed spaces. Focus on the heels and tops of your feet instead. And perhaps the most important part of this daily habit? Inspection. Look closely for any cuts, blisters, sores, or changes in color. Use a mirror if you have trouble seeing the bottoms of your feet. Or ask a family member for help. Catching small issues early can prevent them from turning into big problems later. If you notice anything unusual, swelling, warmth, redness, or wounds that aren't healing, don't wait. Get it checked by a healthcare professional. Personally, I think of this routine as a quiet act of self-care. A way of honoring the parts of our bodies that have carried us through so much. Taking care of your feet may seem like a small thing, but it's foundational to staying active, independent, and healthy as you age. So, the next time you're getting ready for bed or settling into your morning routine, take a moment for your feet. They deserve it, and so do you. Fact 5. Your private areas need specialized care. Now, I know this might feel like an uncomfortable topic, but it's an important one we can't afford to ignore, especially as we step into our 70s and beyond. Taking care of our intimate areas isn't just about hygiene. It's about preserving comfort, dignity, and overall well-being. And yet, many women find this part of personal care confusing, often because of outdated information or habits we developed decades ago that no longer serve us. Let's start with a simple fact. After menopause, our bodies change in ways we don't always expect. The drop in estrogen levels causes the vaginal tissues to become thinner, drier, and more fragile. This condition is called vaginal atrophy, and it's far more common than you might think. According to the North American Menopause Society, it affects nearly 50% of postmenopausal women, and with the tissues becoming less acidic, the natural defense system that used to keep harmful bacteria and yeast in check weakens. This makes us more prone to infections like bacterial vaginosis, yeast infections, and even urinary tract infections. Now here's where things can go wrong. In an effort to stay clean and fresh, many women turn to harsh soaps, perfumed washes, douches, or intimate sprays. I completely understand why. You've been conditioned to believe these products will help. But the reality is, they often do more harm than good. Using these products can strip away the good bacteria, the lactobacilli, that help maintain the natural pH balance of your vulva and vagina. Without them, the area becomes even more vulnerable to irritation, dryness, and infection. Harvard Health and the Mayo Clinic both caution against using soaps and douches for this very reason. A woman I once spoke with, let's call her Maria, shared her story with me. She had been using a popular scented wash for years, thinking it was helping her stay clean. But she began experiencing constant itching and recurrent infections. After switching to a much gentler routine, just warm water for the external vulva, and a water-based moisturizer recommended by her doctor, she noticed a significant improvement in just a few weeks. So, what's the right approach? Keep it simple. Warm water is usually enough for cleansing the external vulva. If you prefer, you can use a soft, fragrance-free, hypoallergenic cloth to gently clean the area. There's no need to use any soap, and absolutely no douching. Remember, the vagina is self-cleaning. It's been taking care of itself for decades without any help from us. And if you're experiencing dryness or discomfort, know that there are safe and effective solutions. Water-based vaginal moisturizers can offer relief from everyday dryness. For more persistent symptoms, low-dose vaginal estrogen therapy, under the guidance of a healthcare provider, can help restore moisture and elasticity to the tissues. Some natural options, like vitamin E suppositories, have also shown promise in relieving dryness, though you should always check with your doctor before trying any new treatments. From a personal standpoint, I truly believe that addressing intimate health is one of the most empowering things we can do as we age. It's not just about comfort. It's about maintaining a sense of vitality and connection to our own bodies. At Natural Healing Hub, we talk about nurturing the body with respect and kindness. And this is no exception. You deserve to feel comfortable in your own skin, from head to toe, and that includes your most private areas. So, the next time you're thinking about your bathing routine, take a moment to consider whether your intimate care habits are truly serving you. Simplify, be gentle, and honor the wisdom of your changing body. It will thank you in more ways than one. Fact 6. Moisturizing immediately after bathing locks in hydration. Now, let's talk about something deceptively simple but incredibly powerful. Moisturizing immediately after bathing. It's a small habit, but it can make a world of difference. Especially as we get older and our skin struggles to hold on to moisture the way it once did. I often remind my clients at Natural Healing Hub that the skin is our body's largest organ. And like any other organ, it needs consistent care and nourishment to function at its best. Here's the thing, as we age, the natural oils and lipids that keep our skin supple begin to diminish. The protective barrier becomes weaker, leaving the skin vulnerable to dryness, cracking, and even infection. After a bath or shower, water evaporates from the surface of the skin, and with it goes precious hydration. In fact, according to dermatologists cited by WebMD, your skin has a very short window, about 3 minutes, before it begins losing moisture rapidly. That's why timing is everything. If you apply your moisturizer immediately, while the skin is still slightly damp, you effectively trap that moisture and reinforce your skin's barrier. Now, not all moisturizers are created equal. At this stage in life, it's important to be selective about the products you use. I usually recommend creams or ointments rather than lotions. Why? Because creams and ointments are thicker and contain more oil, which helps seal in hydration more effectively. Lotions, on the other hand, are often water-based and evaporate too quickly. To provide long-lasting moisture, look for formulations rich in ceramides, glycerin, or hyaluronic acid. Ingredients that have been proven to restore the skin's natural barrier and draw moisture deep into the skin's layers. I remember one woman I worked with, named Helen. She was in her late 70s and had struggled with chronically dry, itchy skin. She told me she had tried countless lotions over the years, applying them whenever she remembered, which often wasn't immediately after her bath. When she switched to a ceramide-rich cream and started using it right after her shower, she was amazed at the difference. Within 2 weeks, the itchiness had almost disappeared, and her skin felt softer and more resilient. One more tip I always share: don't just slather it on. Use gentle, upward strokes to apply your moisturizer. This not only helps absorption but also promotes circulation. And don't forget areas that are easy to overlook, like the backs of your hands, elbows, knees, and feet. These areas tend to lose moisture fastest. For those who prefer natural alternatives, there are great options too. Coconut oil, for example, has been shown in studies published by the International Journal of Dermatology to improve skin hydration and increase lipid levels on the skin surface. Just be sure to test a small area first, especially if you have sensitive skin. At the end of the day, moisturizing isn't just about vanity. It's about protecting your skin's health and function. When your skin is well hydrated, it's less likely to develop cracks that invite bacteria in, and it simply feels better. It's a beautiful, nurturing ritual that reminds you to care for yourself, body and soul. Fact 7. Harsh washcloths and brushes can cause micro tears. As we grow older, there's a shift in how we need to care for our skin, especially when it comes to how we cleanse it. One thing that surprises many people I talk to is how much damage harsh washcloths, loofahs, and body brushes can cause to aging skin. It's something that often gets overlooked because, for years, we're told that scrubbing is key to cleanliness. But as we age, that approach needs to change. Our skin becomes thinner, more delicate, and far less resilient, making it much more susceptible to injury from aggressive cleansing methods. When you use abrasive tools, like rough washcloths or stiff bristled brushes, you may feel like you're giving yourself a deep clean, but what you're actually doing is creating tiny tears in the skin, often referred to as micro tears. These tiny breaks in the skin's surface may not be visible to the naked eye, but they can disrupt the skin barrier, allowing bacteria and fungi an opportunity to enter. According to research from the American Academy of Dermatology, skin injuries like micro tears increase the risk of inflammation, infection, and even chronic skin conditions such as dermatitis. I recall one client, Martha, who was 75, and very disciplined about her hygiene routine. She insisted on using a stiff brush every time she bathed, believing it helped exfoliate her skin and keep it healthy. But she came to me complaining about constant redness and irritation on her arms and legs. When we reviewed her habits, I gently suggested switching to a soft microfiber cloth, or even just using her hands to cleanse. After a few weeks, her skin looked calmer, less inflamed, and she felt much more comfortable. For older skin, less friction is better. I always recommend using ultra-soft microfiber cloths, like the ones often marketed for sensitive skin, or just your bare hands with a mild, fragrance-free cleanser. Your skin doesn't need to be scrubbed. It needs to be treated kindly, like the fine fabric of an heirloom garment. Think of it this way: if you wouldn't scrub an antique silk blouse, why would you scrub your skin, which is infinitely more valuable? And the care doesn't stop after cleansing. After you're done bathing, pat your skin dry with a soft, fluffy towel. Never rub or drag the towel across your skin, as this can cause additional friction and lead to irritation. Instead, gently press the towel onto your skin and allow the water to absorb naturally. It might take a few minutes longer, but your skin will thank you in the long run. Additionally, always follow up with a good moisturizer to protect and reinforce the skin's barrier. According to dermatology experts, restoring moisture after cleansing helps prevent the dryness and cracking that often follow even minor trauma to older skin. It's these simple, mindful adjustments that can make all the difference. Being gentle with your skin isn't just about comfort. It's a crucial step in protecting your health and maintaining your skin's strength and resilience as you age. Fact 8. Emotional and mental health benefits of mindful bathing. As we age, maintaining emotional and mental well-being becomes just as important as taking care of our physical health. And one of the simplest, yet most overlooked ways to nurture both is through mindful bathing. Many people think of bathing purely as a hygiene task, something we do quickly and mechanically to stay clean. But it can be so much more than that. In fact, turning bathing into a mindful, intentional ritual can offer remarkable emotional benefits, especially for women over 70, who may experience stress, anxiety, or feelings of isolation more frequently than they once did. When I talk to clients about this, I often describe bathing as an opportunity to create a sacred pause in the day. A moment to slow down, breathe deeply, and reconnect with your own body. In our fast-paced lives, yes, even in retirement years, we often rush through things without truly being present. But bringing mindfulness into the bath routine can turn it into a healing experience for both mind and body. One of my favorite ways to enhance this ritual is to incorporate calming music in the background. Soft instrumental sounds, nature noises like ocean waves or birdsong, or gentle piano melodies can immediately create a soothing environment. And when paired with aromatherapy, the effects can be even more powerful. I often suggest using essential oils such as chamomile or lavender, which research has shown to have calming properties. According to a study published in the journal Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine, lavender essential oil can reduce cortisol levels, the hormone linked to stress, and promote a sense of relaxation. That said, it's crucial to be cautious with essential oils, especially on aging skin. I always recommend diluting a few drops in a carrier oil, like sweet almond or jojoba, before adding them to bath water, or simply placing a diffuser nearby. Harsh essential oils or improper use can lead to irritation, which is something we definitely want to avoid. Another practice I encourage is deep breathing during the bath. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale gently for 6 to 8 counts. This simple breathing exercise activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode, and helps lower blood pressure and heart rate. The Mayo Clinic points out that mindful breathing can significantly reduce anxiety and promote better sleep, which many women over 70 struggle with. One of my clients, Annette, told me that once she began treating her evening bath as a time for mindfulness instead of just a chore, she noticed her sleep quality improved dramatically. She now looks forward to her baths as a chance to relax and let go of the day's worries, rather than just another task on her to-do list. Incorporating simple mindfulness techniques into bathing may seem small, but these small shifts often lead to profound changes. Taking 20 minutes for yourself, in warm water, surrounded by calming sounds and soothing scents, can do wonders for the soul. And in a time of life when physical limitations may increase, finding joy and peace in these simple rituals can be incredibly empowering. Conclusion. And there you have it. Bathing after the age of 70 is no longer just a basic hygiene routine. It becomes an act of self-care, a thoughtful practice that can greatly impact your overall health, independence, and quality of life. We've covered a lot of ground in this video, and if there's one thing I hope you take away from it, it's that small, intentional changes can make an enormous difference as we age. Let's quickly recap some of the key takeaways, not just as a checklist, but as habits that can truly protect your well-being and help you thrive in this new chapter of life. First, Remember that bathing 2 to 3 times per week is generally enough for older adults. This helps avoid overdrying the skin, while still maintaining good hygiene. Your skin simply doesn't produce as many natural oils as it once did. So less frequent bathing helps preserve moisture and prevent irritation. Second, be mindful about the products you use. Harsh soaps and heavily scented products can disrupt your skin's delicate balance, stripping away protective oils and leading to dryness, itching, and even infections. Instead, choose gentle, fragrance-free cleansers that are specifically designed for sensitive or aging skin. As I always tell my clients, if the product is labeled hypoallergenic or for sensitive skin, that's usually a good sign. You're on the right track. Third, keep your showers short and the water warm, not hot. It might feel wonderful to stand under steaming water, especially on a cold morning. But as we've discussed, hot water dilates blood vessels and can cause dangerous drops in blood pressure. Warm water is much safer for older adults and is far less drying on the skin. Aim for 5 to 10 minutes and try to avoid spending any longer than that under the water. Fourth, don't forget about your feet in intimate areas. Foot care, in particular, is often neglected, but it's so important. Inspect your feet daily. Moisturize, but skip the area between your toes. And seek medical advice if you notice anything unusual, like sores or changes in skin color. And when it comes to intimate hygiene, less is more. A simple rinse with warm water is enough. No harsh soaps, no douching, and no scented sprays. If you experience discomfort or dryness, talk to your doctor about safe options, like vaginal moisturizers or low-dose estrogen therapy. And of course, moisturizing right after bathing is one of the best things you can do for your skin. Apply a rich cream or ointment, something with ceramides, hyaluronic acid, or glycerin, within 3 minutes of stepping out of the shower. This timing is important because it helps lock in the moisture your skin absorbed during bathing. It's such a simple step, but it can prevent so many common issues, from dryness and flaking to more serious problems like skin tears and infections. Finally, I can't stress enough the importance of turning your bath or shower time into a mindful, relaxing ritual. Incorporating calming music, gentle breathing exercises, and soothing scents like lavender can transform an everyday activity into a source of peace and emotional well-being. It's not just about cleansing your body, it's about nurturing your mind and spirit too. Now, as we wrap up, I want you to think about this. Your skin has been with you through every chapter of your life. It has weathered every season, every moment of joy, and every challenge. It has protected you, healed you, and carried you through decades of memories and milestones. And now, it deserves your gentlest, most loving care. So, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you. I truly appreciate you spending this time with me here at Natural Healing Hub. It means a lot to know you're here, learning how to take better care of yourself and embracing natural healing in your daily life. If you found any part of this video helpful, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. It helps more people like you find this kind of valuable, life-changing information. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell icon so you'll get notified whenever I post a new video. I'm always sharing practical tips on natural wellness, healthy aging, and holistic living, especially for those of us who want to age gracefully without relying on harsh chemicals or medications. And if there's someone in your life, a friend, a parent, a neighbor, who could benefit from these insights, please share this video with them. You never know whose life you might improve by passing along something helpful. Also, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Tell me, what changes have you made In your bathing routine, as you've gotten older, do you have a favorite product or ritual that makes you feel good? Your story might inspire someone else in our wonderful community. So until next time, take good care of yourself. Stay healthy, stay radiant, and remember, small steps make a big difference. I'll see you in the next video.